Hello, I am Bosky. Welcome to the next episode of Masala Peanuts. And with me there are 4 peanuts.
Best intro by
Yes,
far.
best intro ever.
By far.
Usually I do the intro, sir, and I don't think I can match your intro now.
Never mind.
The demand for your hellos.
Accidental celebrity.
So for those who don't know Mr. Basky, so he's a huge motorcycle enthusiast. He imparts tips and tricks through Instagram, through all these riders all over India, which has helped us profoundly. So actually, sir, you have made a huge impact on us. We both have GT650, so like we look at your reels religiously. Like, oh, hey, Sarvana, his name is Sarvana. Hey, Sarvana, you saw this reel. Start learning from this. You should not put petrol in winter so much. So, yeah, sir, you have made a huge impact on us.
Thank you. Happy to hear that. As long as it is useful, I'm happy to hear
Yeah,
that.
sir, thank you so much.
When we reached out to you initially, it was just like, let's shoot our shot. We didn't really actually think this would happen.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming, sir. It's a pleasure to have you on our podcast.
Anything about motorcycling, I'm happy.
So, our first question is why Big Bear, sir? Why a custom shop? Why Big Bear as the name?
Name, I don't remember why I got the name. We just out of the blue, I just thought of it. Let's give it Big Bear. So there is no connection, no hidden meaning or connection to it. It's just the name which I gave. I was in this motorcycling industry for many years. So that was more connected to specific brands. I didn't have the liberty to do what I want to do.
Okay.
Once we signed up with some brands, we have to go by their guidelines.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But after some time, I wanted to do something on my own. So I thought of Big Bear, custom shop. We were into customization. When the rules were a bit more liberal, now it's very difficult to customize. Fair enough, no complaint, but that is how it started. Then got into accessories and gear and apparel, and then came COVID. So COVID changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
So lay low for about 2 years, didn't do anything, kept the brand, and then started a workshop, a private workshop. Earlier there was no workshop, only retail, sales of apparel accessories. Big Bear. So now decided, okay, let me get more deeper into what I enjoy doing. So fiddling and fixing, I don't know whether I fix them or not, but I fiddle with them for sure. I'm just fiddling with my motorcycle today. That's how it is, and that is where we are today. And Instagram is pure accident.
Yeah, sir. I was about to ask you, what got you into shooting content? Because a lot of people have custom shops. Like, what got you into it?
Social media I follow for various reasons, go through it, see it, understand, because a lot of information. Things have changed dramatically in the last 2 years, I would say.
Yeah.
The curve is very steep. It was already steep. Last 2 years post-COVID, it has skyrocketed. And a lot of good information and a lot of not so good information. A lot of misinformation. With anybody with a camera, Instagram account and a data connection, or let me say not even a camera, mobile camera, is a life coach, doctor, physical trainer, dietitian,
Now a podcaster.
technical advice. So it is very easy. A lot of misinformation. So I said, let me start with sharing what I know to be closest to the truth. So I put out a couple of reels. It got some traction and good response. I said, okay, people are finding it useful, so let me do a little more. And it's about 18 months now since I actually started posting. April 23. The account existed before that, but it's mostly will be a picture of a jacket or a boot or an accessory, a crash guard. No reels, mostly it was posts. Reels started in April last year. We are here today and you are here today.
We've been following your content for a while, sir. Like you said, religiously, sir. Any new post, we are sharing in the group. We are talking about what to do next, what not to do.
And we used to always have this conversation where like like inside I'm not sure how your life is, but to see in social media, it's what we all want for in the future. Just old, like chill, go on a motorcycle ride with your boys.
Yeah.
I'm not so chill though. You don't know me. No, it's close to what I am.
Yeah.
Close to what I am, because that's when it becomes easy, right? If someone is pretending to be something else, it is very difficult to maintain a mask.
For a long time.
Yeah.
To maintain that mask, it's very difficult. Possible, but very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not blowing my trumpet and saying, but this is what I am. Hold the camera like this, speak, take 20 takes and put out one. Yeah, what you see is what you get.
Yeah. So, how does one prepare for a long ride? So, because I think long rides are pretty heinous. It's a pretty draining process. If not done right, we might struggle later. No? How can one prepare themselves properly?
Broadly, three aspects. One is self, that is the mental and physical self. Second is our near and dear ones. Third is the equipment. These are three things we need to pay attention to. Equipment is the equipment what we wear and the motorcycle. That's one. Make sure it is the right tool for the right job. I cannot dress up like an astronaut and go to Tamil Nadu and say it is very hot. I cannot wear a skimpy t-shirt, go to Ladakh and say it is very cold. Get the right equipment, right motorcycle. Then physical and mental self, yes, physical, there has to be some fitness. You are all pretty young. The body can take significant abuse, but not without damage. It does not show signs of damage. I know the damage I did. And there is a price I am paying for it now. So the lifestyle habits of the 30s, 20s, 30s and 40s catch up in the 50s. It's like a seed which is sown. It keeps growing, but only below the surface. 10 different bad habits, 10 seeds growing all under. Then once someone hits 50, 55, 60, they all sprout and say, oh, what is this? Where it has come from? Suddenly it has happened. It has not happened suddenly. You have not seen it coming. So fitness, physical fitness, mental fitness is prepare. I know I'm going to be sitting on the motorcycle for a whole day. I should be prepared for it. Prepared for pain, some struggle, hunger, dehydration. Once you are prepared, it becomes easy to handle. And third, which is probably very important, is the others, near and dear ones. Many go away on ride without informing their family because they feel they may not be allowed to go. So let me sneak out. Each has their own problems and issues with their family. But for me, I never stopped motorcycling. So marriage, fatherhood, father of a second child, child's marriage. So I kept riding right through. So it was not a surprise for anybody when I say I'm going to Ladakh. Okay. I've been doing it the last 30 years, so keep doing it. It's when it lands suddenly, no? Yes. So we need to be considerate of people who care for us. Yes, somebody gets on a motorcycle, wants to go to Himalayas. Fair enough. But don't buy it and tell your spouse or your parents, Himalaya vakta hai nahi hai. They'll probably have a heart attack. So that is where that little bit of consideration to say, if you go into office, there will be no questions. Then maybe, okay, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. Inform. It's better to inform, get resistance, pull that thing as long as possible and then get approval, then lie, go, something happens, then that will be the end of ride. I have known somebody who had to stop. It was a small incident, some injury, nothing serious, but can't hide the injury. So went home. All hell broke loose and banned from motorcycling. So Long rides, I would say first start with these three.
Yeah.
These three are in place, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, family support is there, and what more does one
Yeah.
family support, mentally, physically strong, right equipment. That is always needed for long rides.
Yeah.
I've gone very different to a different angle, but that is where we should start.
Yeah.
It's not like get yourself a bag, get yourself a good jacket, wear your helmet, get some sleep previous day, keep lot of water with you, and then after that, if don't let you go.
Yeah. All three are interconnected.
Yeah. So easiest thing to do is buy stuff with money.
Yeah.
That comes last. First comes physical fitness, mental preparation, and near and dear ones being comfortable and accepting. They will be concerned still. But say, okay, be careful. Message me.
Yeah.
That is something religiously must be done. So you don't message for 2-3 hours. Yellappa, Enaitu. These are the things, set that in place. Everything else can.
Yeah.
Easiest thing, like I said, money you can buy. These things cannot be bought with money.
Yeah.
So set the family, the expectation in place. That I buy some gears. I have a shelf full of gears at home. So why is all that there? I don't go tell them I wear it because I want to protect myself in case I fall. That will happen. This will happen. It's a demonstration. I want to take care of myself. I buy a new helmet. I choose a new helmet. This is a safety rating. They are least interested to hear all that. Oh, very good. But it has registered that I have bought something. Seeing the safety information to protect myself. So I am doing what I can to be safe. So these messages should be conveyed. So get down at any long ride possible.
So talking about gears, sir, so what would you suggest for someone who just bought a motorcycle who has no idea about gears? Like, where does one start looking?
Plenty of options today, various budgets. Just get the one that is little reputed and that carries the right protection. Many invest in the motorcycle but very less on the gear. Motorcycle that costs 10 lakhs is of no use if the rider is in bed with injury. 10 lakhs can go out on a motorcycle. 1 lakh can go on cell.
That message has not reached a lot of people yet. They still feel if I'm getting a jacket for 5k, why would I spend 25k on a jacket? It's still a jacket. So that message is not conveyed for the majority yet.
It's difficult because that is something has to come from self-realization. Am I buying a motorcycle to show, or am I buying a motorcycle to ride? This is the question I think I asked this question long back on Insta. A question to ask, I didn't ask any answers for it. I just said, imagine you have a motorcycle. The logo, the brand, the badge is covered. Nobody will know what brand it is, how much you paid for it, what is the power, what is the CC, how far you can go, what is the top speed, how premium it is. Nobody will know, nobody will care. Which motorcycle will one buy? You still buy that, or doesn't matter? It doesn't matter anymore, does it? So that view has to change. When it's okay, I am not saying it is wrong. I am no one to judge that. To each their own money, they can do what they want. They can show, they can pose. It's all right. Doesn't mean anything. It's a loose parallel is a watch. A Rolex watch will say the same time, or a Titan watch will say the same time. Time doesn't change, but it's a statement. It's a fashion statement. So investing in good gear. When 3 lakh, 5 lakh motorcycles are very popular today in the, especially in the riding, touring, long distance segment. That is the price most people pay. 3 to 5 lakhs is the cost. 10% of that in safety gear. 10% of that, 30 to 50,000 can buy best of protection. Set aside 10% of the cost of the on-road of the motorcycle for protective gears. And today most of the gears are all pretty standard. There are some safety ratings to look for.
Yeah.
Even that I have explained a few times.
Yeah,
So, 10% of the motorcycle cost minimum. Motorcycle is no use if I can't ride it. Motorcycle gets damaged, that's okay. I can buy another motorcycle. But that motorcycle cannot get another rider unless I sell it. Yeah.
So do you remember your first ride, sir? Like first long ride?
Yeah, I do.
You mind telling us more about it, sir?
The first long ride was to Ooty on my motorcycle. I have been as a pillion a few times.
Okay.
3 or 4 times. I didn't have a motorcycle at that time. So when I got the motorcycle, my first ride was to Ooty, from Bangalore to Ooty. I think this was 88. Yeah.
1988.
Yeah. I'm as old as some of the trees here.
So you've been motorcycling for all these years now, sir. What is that one difference from the time you started your bike 30 years ago to now when you get on the bike? What is the change in your mindset, or how
Those
did you?
were innocent days. We knew very little. Once we know, we can't unknow.
Yeah.
Very innocent days. We didn't have gear, proper gear. Just any jacket was a big thing. Any shoe that was above the ankle was a great shoe to wear. Helmets were available. Very, very simple days. Very simple. Yes, even there was competition. This motorcycle, that motorcycle, this is faster. That's always there. And that kind of comparison. But everything else was so simple. There was no social media. Hashtags didn't exist. Selfie is giving the camera to somebody and say shoot. That's a selfie. I would say that innocent days, innocence, that's changed. We have too much information now. The expectations are too much. Sitting on a motorcycle, going to, I think where I would say the toll is, Atibale toll is there on Hosur Road. And, highway toll, the first toll. That is going there and having tender coconut and coming was an adventure. Today, can anybody say that? What did you do? I went to Atibale, had tender coconut and came. What's wrong with you? So, because it has become a race. Who has the greater adventure? So that's gone. That's what has changed.
Now through time, modifications have been such a taboo, I guess. But now that it's so restrictive in India, especially, what would you recommend for a biker rider to enhance his ride through modifications?
Keep it stock, don't modify.
Stock, not even air filter.
That's okay. Air filter, it's not necessary. It is just that unnecessary kujli. No, I keep doing all these things. Understand what is stock. Am I enjoying my motorcycle as it is? Yes. Okay, I just want to fiddle with this a little, fiddle with it. But looking and seeing, I would actually say don't do anything to it to start. First understand how can we say something is good? If it's the only thing you have, do you have a measure to say is it good, bad? You don't know. So first let's fully understand what it does. Then what do I wish to do with it? Can I improve this side? So taking it from the showroom straight to a modification shop, change everything and say yes. You might have ruined it. On the contrary, you never know. So take it
Slowly.
Take it slowly and simple things, maybe an air filter. Exhaust, yes, there were days when even I have modified exhaust. But never a loud one, something like that. But now, a lot of restrictions. So I don't modify exhaust. I not recommend it. Anything, do it responsibly. That's it. It's okay to put an exhaust. But keep the DB killer. So have some concern, not like happens outside my apartment.
Don't be like that, guys.
Anil, do you have DB killers on?
It is there. DB killers
It's okay. It's hard that everybody has to be Snow White. You know? Speed limit 40 kilometers. Is it possible to keep 40 at every place? It's not possible. Speed limit 80 on the highway. Is it possible to go at 80? No. At least have some. There's some traffic. Slow down. Be careful. Have some respect for others. Then a little bit of free space. Go. So enjoy responsibly. You don't have to be one super law-abiding citizen that I don't know. I am only Jai Hindustan. Not necessarily. It's okay. Have some fun. Have respect without troubling others.
Sir, which was your first bike, sir?
RX100.
RX100. In that only you went to Ooty and
Yes. I went to I shared one or two pictures. I think on Throwback Thursday or something. I put it. So I've been to Ooty on that. That was at night. We got there around 1 a.m. And they used to allow through Bandipur. There were no checkposts, nothing. Had elephants. We escaped elephants right on the road. We froze. Hands froze. We stopped. Took petrol. Got some firewood. Lit a fire. Sat there for 10 minutes. Warmed up and then obviously put the fire out. And we just drove straight into Ooty. We went to a hotel. Asked for a room. They had a room and we stayed. So we could do all that. Those days, very innocent days. Like we could do. Imagine going through Bandipur at midnight. No checkpost. There's nobody checking there. Now they won't let you. 6 p.m. I think. They So that's how it was. And stopping petrol. We used to smoke those days. So lighter matchbox was. I have few photographs of that also. Putting a fire and that was up Kalati Ghats. That was one of the first.
So when we hear Big Bear, two names come to mind. One is Baski and one more is CK. Tell me your relationship with CK.
I met CK on a ride when I had my Harley. So it was a ride. There was a group. I was a part of riding group. This was in 2013. In 2013, Harley Davidson had just come into India. It was the first legal big motorcycle brand that came into India. Everything else was illegal imports.
Is it? Okay.
Just in 10 years, see how things have changed.
All the boozers, everything was illegal.
Nothing was there.
Is it?
Nothing.
2013.
Yes.
This is okay.
R1 used to be imported by Yamaha.
Okay.
Against order, they used to get the R1. There were no boozers and all that. Those were imported. Either by somebody who's coming back to India, bringing it with them, or it's illegal. You take the document, it will say TVS 50. That will be Hayabusa standing there.
Okay.
That was very rampant those days, grey market. Import customs official used to be on the highway, stopping and checking documents.
Is it?
Whether it is a genuine import or a fake.
Okay.
It was so rampant. So that's how it was. So Harley Davidson came in. I was on a ride. It was not a Harley ride, but since a lot of Harleys were there, he was on a Yamaha FZ1. That's 1000cc. It's a naked version of the R1. Sort of.
Yeah.
So we were all making a lot of noise and going. And somebody goes, who is this fellow going on? So I didn't know. I met him. Then we stayed overnight somewhere, obviously, and started speaking with him, chatting with him. And then rode one more time with him, and then slowly. That's where we are with. That's how I met CK.
It's a hilarious, sir. Both of you guys. I feel, it's like we want to be like you guys when we are older.
Like you are such a like a Indian gang. Like it goes well with each other.
So he finishes work. He will come sometimes when he's free. He comes here. Then he asks, "Yen Baski ಇವತ್ತೇನಾದ್ರು reel ಮಾಡೋಣ ಏನು ಬೇಡ ಬಿಡು ಸರಿ ಬಾ ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿದು ಬರೋ ಹೇಳ್ಸಿ ಇವತ್ತೇನೋ reel ಮಾಡೋಣ ಬಾ ಬಿಡುವ ಸರಿಗೆ reel ಬಿಡುವ ಬಾ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಸೊ it's all some days there is a lot of inspiration. We go through reels very fast. Some days we will try and say ಬೇಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಿಡು ಕ್ಲಬ್ಬಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ಬಾ.
So sir, as you know, the culture, especially in our Gen Z generation, like we have an emotional connect to the vehicle.
Not only Gen Z, I think it's been part of human nature for however long,
Yeah.
attachment to a horse
Yeah.
or an ox or whatever it is, means of transport. I think from that it has come to motorcycles, a bit of attachment. For me personally, I have no emotional connect to the motorcycle. Emotional mean I don't get heartbroken when a scratch on it, or if I drop it, or if there's something goes wrong with it. I don't. That is the emotional connect. I like my motorcycle. I take care of it. I may not sit and polish it, clean it. To the large part, I keep it nice, mechanically sound, but not if it's standing in the sun. So what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. So, people have an emotional connect. I have thought about this several times. When I mentioned this some months ago, several people were shocked. They said, "What? You don't have an emotional connect? How are you into motorcycling?" I said, "Yes, I am into motorcycling, but I'm not emotionally connected to motorcycles." And that is why, if a motorcycle, I think I'm done with it, I sell it, I buy another one, and I don't think blink about the one I sold.
What do you think about what Royal Enfield is doing now in the past 3 years? How they have totally changed the game. What's your take on it?
Good, fantastic, because they have given so much of choice in that segment for riders. So many models, especially in the 650 recently. It's like peanuts Masala Peanuts
slapping the engine to every motorcycle.
That's okay. See, most of them are for overseas market.
Is it?
650s form, I think, about 6% of the sale in India.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. It's a far much greater percentage of exports. So they are shoring up their export market.
Is it, sir? Okay.
So making it available here. So the 95% is the 350 and the 450. It's that 5%. That's okay. So it doesn't really matter. At least it is here. There was a time when they launched one long back one motorcycle only for overseas market. They didn't launch it here, and everybody was up in arms. How dare Royal Enfield launch a motorcycle, an Indian company, making it in India, and not giving it to Indians? So they got pasted. Now, why they are launching all these international models for India? These are all made for America. What they are doing in India?
Can't satisfy our
You can never satisfy.
So it doesn't matter. That's why I don't care.
Yeah.
For me, more motorcycles to choose from. Don't like it, don't buy.
Correct.
Nobody's forcing anybody to buy anything. Oh, ಅವನು ನೋಡು ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನು ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿದ್ದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ take responsibility. ಅವನು ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇಲ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೈಸ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ information is being presented. Can't you take it? Don't you leave it? It is okay. Over analyze ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಿರ್ದು ಏನಿದೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೈಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಪ್ಪ.
What are the current bikes you have now, sir? Like the 450s one.
450s one, I have the BSA, the Gold Star.
Yeah.
And I have the Scrambler 400X. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I have three.
So I saw you eyeing Husqvarna also that day.
Yeah, I was eyeing it. Then came the BSA. So I dropped the Husqvarna and
okay.
bought the BSA. I was eyeing I was seriously considering it.
How's the BSA, sir?
Old school.
Yeah.
So Scrambler, do you get it serviced by the Triumph next door, or do you do it next door?
I give it for regular service. Okay. Might as well. And then I can bring it here and fiddle with it. And I record it also, so I cannot deny tomorrow.
Okay, sir. You know who Jay Shetty is, sir? Jay Shetty. He has this very interesting question. He asks his guests as well. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received, and what is the worst piece of advice you have ever received?
Best piece of advice. I don't know if I can recall who said what or when. The worst I have received, but what I will say one of the things I always keep in mind is to do my best to be in the present and here, in today. So it's a connection between the best and the worst. So the same thing can be given in a good way. The same thing can also be the worst advice. So being here now is important. Not living in the past. Yaking ಆಯ್ತು. It's not going to. It is okay to reflect, think. Not going to help. And on the other side, let's not have a destination addiction. When I get that job, I will be happy. When I buy this car, I will be happy. When I marry my girlfriend, I will be happy. When I have a child, I will be happy. Good. But then what should you do now about that? So I would say being here now in the present is the most useful. I've got these advices, yes. I've got it from, worst advice also has come. The same scheme, set goals. All these goals are set, fantastic, now work. Okay, how do I work on it? What can you do about it? Is now here. That is where you want to be. What can you do about it is right now. So process is more important than the end product.
It's the journey, not the destination.
Who knows what the destination is? The only thing we can control is, to an extent, is right here, right now, where we are. So, that's the only thing I will say. That's an advice that I always can. I do not recall who gave it to me, or maybe I'm not making the effort to think who gave the advice. But yeah, that's the best advice, is to be here and now. And the worst advice is remember the past, think about where you are going in the future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for coming for our podcast.
Thank you. I hope my gibberish made some sense.
Definitely.
We moved from philosophy to motorcycle to Masala Peanuts.
So it's a new thing we have tapped into as well. So I hope our audience really appreciates this. Thank you so much for coming.
I did see a few of your posts. Very nice, very new, very refreshing. So I'm happy that you're doing this. I hope wish you many great things ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do it for anybody else.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you like this episode.
Thank you. Now it's time to eat some Masala Peanuts.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to have you.
Nice. Very nice talking to you.